The NBA draft just happened. Zion Williamson, huge name coming out right now. Obviously, you're a big RJ Barrett guy. Moving forward with the Knicks. What do you think of this draft class, man? I'm telling you, we got some high flyers. We got some big names. Jay Morant right there, second pick of the draft.
You know, it's interesting. We went through a phase where it was a lot of guys named Gesundheit. Guys we hadn't heard of. Guys from overseas. Guys from around the world. And, yeah, there are a few international players, but there's a lot of big-time college programs. Michigan, 4th year in a row with a first-round draft pick. Didn't see any Buckeyes on the board.
Oh,
4 years in a row, the University of Michigan with first-round draft picks. So, you know, that you see guys, DeAndre Hunter from Virginia. You see Zion from Duke. You saw Cam Reddish from Duke. Yeah, there might be one and dones, but guys from big-time college programs are getting picked, and it's the accumulation of stuff. Right. The only reason the Lakers were able to get Anthony Davis, they had a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And sometimes teams, they run out of stuff when they start paying guys. You saw the Warriors. They ran out of stuff when all their guys got injured. So the Hawks, the Cavs, the teams at the bottom of the barrel, they're accumulating dudes. They're accumulating assets.
Yeah.
It's almost like in football where the formula is you got to win now with a quarterback who's not getting paid. You got to win now when you have star players who aren't getting paid. Donovan Mitchell's on a sweet deal. For the Utah Jazz, and they can be a playoff team every year.
He's kind of like Aaron Judge. He's on a cheap deal right now for the Yankees.
Like, you know, even New Orleans, they're going to have to decide, do you pay Brandon Ingram? Do you give him an extension when he comes up for it, like a Karl Anthony Towns or a Devin Booker, you know, in those situations. So, man, it's nerdy. It gets fun when it's like the 46th pick and the Knicks draft that Lithuanian He-Man. That dude, Iggy, that freshman, Iggy looks like He-Man, bro.
Yeah, he's out there flexing,
but,
bro.
you know, a couple years ago, I think 7 out of the 15 All-NBA guys were the 15th pick and higher. The year that Isaiah Thomas was All-NBA, DeAndre Jordan, Giannis. So you can get value for guys deep in the draft. So, you know, pay attention that late at night when, you know, you're seeing guys you might not have heard of now, but a couple years from now, they might be All-NBA.
I'd like to get your take on this. And we were talking about earlier, Brock, we were talking about, I think it was in hour one, how you don't necessarily need to have 3 NBA superstars to win a championship.
No, you gotta have grown-ups.
Right.
You gotta have mature grown-ups. Like, I remember I was homesick the other day, and I was watching NBA TV, and they were replaying a bunch of finals games, and I'm watching, like, Bison Daly versus, like, Antoine Carr.
Nice.
And it's just like,
wow,
what is
dog.
this? This is like, right?
Back.
You know, it's like 97 low-post men's basketball with the grown-ups.
Yeah, the final scores in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like you can have all these cool young players. Trae Young's awesome. All these guys are fantastic. None of them are playing in May and June. Yeah. You know who's playing? Danny Green, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, like grown-ups, you know? And so, yeah, that's what you see with these teams now. If you go all in on these 3-4 max guys, and then you have a bunch of Schmendrakes, you're left like cockroaches when the lights come on, scrambling.
It's all over the place.
So you got to have some depth. The game's so fast now. Yeah. The shots are, so there's so many more shots that are getting put up. You got to be 8, 9, 10 deep now.
Yeah.
And the Warriors just weren't. It was a war of attrition, and the Raptors won out.
Yeah, of course. And the way the three-pointer has changed the game. I mean, ever since, you know, Steph showed up.
I feel like in high school, you were not allowed to shoot outside the lane.
Yeah, right? It was like 10-foot jumpers were right there, and that's it. Nah. You stay up in here, let the sharpshooters go out there, but we didn't have any sharpshooters.
You're like a Charles Oakley without the 18-footer.
Oh, bro, I was like a Johnny Stockton, like, give me the ball, and I'll pass it right back to you.
You're a dirty player.
I can play some defense. I can play some defense.
Do you enjoy this style, the evolution of the NBA now?
Yeah, I do. I do love the flow of it. It reminds me when you're playing pickup with your friends and you're at like a full court that's not 5-on-5, but small enough for like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 full court for us civilians, and everyone gets shots up. Yeah. I like it, and it brings the game back to skill. And the refs do swallow the whistle a little bit in May and June. It gets physical. The games weren't in the finals 130 and 120.
Yeah, like the regular season.
You know, of course, but some of those Knicks 90s games, you look at the score against the Rockets, 74-68.
And that's why it's so hard to compare players from one generation to the other, right? It was a way different game back when Jordan played. Like, literally, dudes were like clotheslining him. And now, guys were getting flagrant twos all day.
Yeah, but then Jordan was also not playing in a league that had 100 dudes from around the world.
That's true.
And some of them are 7'3" and can shoot the three.
Yeah,
it's just a bonkers league right now. So it's not full on Starship Troopers football. Like, it hasn't gotten that next.
That is a deep reference.
You know what I'm talking about,
yes,
though, right? In Act 1, Casper Van Dien's the quarterback, and they just like run it up. but it's getting there. Like, it's getting video game like.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.